Is this thing on? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Endessa and I am the owner and crafter and mixologist, if you want to call it, of Marie's Halo Creations, alongside my husband. Love him to death. He creates our vessels now, our beautiful vessels now that I'm going to seal here today. We make candles, room sprays, room mists. Now we have perfumes and body oils. We have home decor, journals, hand dipped incense stick, which I love. So in this video, I'm gonna just talk about success and what is success, what success looks like, and just a little pathway and avenues to being successful in your own right. For me, this is purely my opinion of success, based on my experience and my level of success. I think everyone has a different variations of what success is, but for me, success can be literally just getting up and making my bed. So yeah, in this video, we're just gonna dive deep in to me sealing 24 jars that my husband made, I believe 2 weeks ago actually. But we've been so busy with markets every weekend of the month that we haven't had time to like really kind of like get this going. And it's actually great that it is able to cure for so long, because now like the color has fully set in. So if you don't know, when you make a concrete vessel, it needs time to cure. Curing as for the concrete to dry and the paint and the pigments to dry completely. So when you unmold them, they look wet. They look like a wet texture. Usually you leave them for about a week or 2 weeks for it to completely solidify, to become its color, its actual finish shade, and then we seal it to lock in that shade. So these have been sitting for about, I believe, 3 weeks, and this is the final. I'm like obsessed. It looks like an Oreo cookie. It looks like a marble cake. It just looks so great. This is the final stage. Well, no, sorry, this is just the curing when it's completely cured. So this is what the candle will look like once I seal it. So today I'm going to be using 2 different finishes. I've used this before. It's this brand, but the bottle is so tiny. It's 2.4 fluid ounces. I'm trying to see how much of this I can seal. I love this. This is so great, but the bottle is so small. And I believe it's like $14 for this small bottle. Now this is what I've been using since I started making concrete candles. This is Earth Safe Finishes Preserver and Sealer. It's a water-based, non-toxic, no heavy metals product that I use. But I think over time, it leaves this like yellow finish once you burn the candle, which I don't like. But again, this is me being my Virgo and being perfectionist, all that good stuff. But this is still good. I still love this. So today I think I'm gonna use this little bottle and see how much of this 2.4 fluid ounce bottle can get me. I think I can get a lot out of this, but let me go grab a plate so I can then pour rather than like dip in my brush, because the ratio was just not ratioing. I'm gonna go get a plate and pour some in there and kind of like see how I can get this going. So yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, so I am back and I am actually on my lunch break. This is my 30-minute break, my 9 to 5. So I'm gonna seal some jars in this video, hopefully edit it today, post it tonight, we'll see. So I did grab a paper plate upstairs, and I'm gonna then take my matte varnish. I'm gonna pour some. Hopefully it comes out. What's happening here? Oh, it's very thick. It looks like glue. Some here. I think that should be enough. On my plate, that way I can easily just use my brush. So this is how much I poured. You can see. Okay, I'm gonna then take my brush. I'm gonna work in a wiggly pattern, that way I'm not forgetting anything, but I can see which one has and which one doesn't have. But yeah, so I'm gonna just dip my brush like so, and I'm just going to maybe just a little bit more. I'm gonna take my first vessel, which looks like this, and I'm just going to paint like I'm painting the inside of it. The point is to coat every single area on the inside completely. This is sealing. That way when I pour the candle in there, it doesn't seep through the concrete vessel and then creates a whole mess. And also when you light the candle, you don't want the heat of the candle to burn through. And I like to get the rim of the vessel going. That way it glistens, like it just looks so cute. So this is coat number 1. I don't know if you can see that. Right? I'm gonna place it here and go this way. So, success. What does success mean to you? For me, success, like I said before, is literally making my bed. If I can make my bed every single day of the week, that's success. It's literally the small victories that we celebrate. And I was never like this. I was always like, oh no, I need to have like a big accomplishment to be successful. And you really don't. I think when you put these high bars of things, you're never gonna be happy. You're always gonna try and reach for this unattainable goal that, not saying it can't happen, but celebrate the small victories, celebrate the small successes. And it took me a while to really actually understand that, because for a while I was like, no, I need to sell $100,000 in sales. I need to, so many things. I'm just like, no, it doesn't have to be these grand things. So past few years, I've been celebrating my small successes, my small victories, so to speak. Here's an example. I started making my candle vessels during COVID, like a little after COVID. Well, no, during COVID. We're still in COVID, right? Yeah, COVID. And I sold, I believe, the first 6 months, probably 250 vessels. Yeah, 250 handmade vessels I sold. And I was kind of like, again, compare myself to other brands. I was like, that's not a lot. Like, but I sat down, I was like, wait, you made 250 handmade vessels, and then you were able to sell 250 vessels to 250 different people. It took me a while to be like, girl, you're tripping. That is success. 250 candles times, I think at the time I was selling my candles for $25 or $30 something. And I was like, girl, that is success. What is wrong with you? You're selling 250 candles that you made yourself, that you're sealed, so for a while it's kind of like, that's like, you need to relax. You need to just appreciate the small wins, because the small wins leads you to bigger wins. Hello, small wins leads you to bigger wins. And I didn't get that. So I trickled that into my life. And I started just like, my mindset just changed. Celebrate the small wins. Another example, I bought my home during COVID. I've always wanted a single family home, big yard. I love gardens. I wanted to garden and do all that stuff. But again, I was a single adult. I was working one job, doing candles on the side, but I wanted to buy a home. I wanted to have a yard. I wanted Onyx to have a place to run around and do his business. And I love sitting in my backyard, having some tea, glass of wine. I've always wanted a big house. I'm like, oh. I almost didn't buy my home because I wanted the big house, the white picket fence, I was like, no, I'm not gonna buy a house until I could afford that. Then I was like, wait, hold on. But you could afford a smaller version of that right now, which is just enough for you single by yourself. So I went ahead, I said, I said, I'm gonna just do it. Bought my home. It's a 3-bedroom house. At the time it was me and my dog. And I was like, what? And I bought my home, I think like a month before my actual birthday. I moved in on my birthday. I think it was my 2nd birthday. I moved in. And I literally sat down on the floor in my living room. Boxes everywhere. And like, this is success. This literally is success. You were able to buy your home by yourself, move in, close, do all of that. Like, I don't even know how I did that. inspections, all of that by yourself. You're able to buy your home by yourself, move in on your birthday. Like, tell me that's not like the best birthday present ever. So all of that, it just takes like it just takes a mental toll sometimes, because you're like, oh, I want this, but you literally have to sit back and be like, wait, we're obtaining these mini successful stuff all day, and we're not sitting back and appreciating what we've obtained. So I think changing our mindset with that, to me, is honestly, this business is making me a happier person. I'm in a better space mentally. And when the big success does happen, I'm not like, yes, I've been waiting for this forever. Like, I know it's coming, but all the little steps I'm taking right now to get there is getting to something bigger. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like where I'm at with success. So my business, of course, I want it to be someplace great and big and, you know, successful and selling out every week, but reality, that's not happening. I'm just being completely honest and transparent. It's not happening. I wish I was selling candles every week. I'm not. When I go to markets, I do really, really well because people love to touch and see and smell. It's really hard to convince someone online to smell something, to buy based on how descriptive the words are. But one day I will be waking up to sales every day. I will. I know I will. But until then, when I do go to markets and I sell out a different scents, to me, that's a success, baby. That's a success. Okay? Now, we're coming up on 8 jars sealed once. I double seal my jars, and we have this much left. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see how far this is gonna take, because I'm like, this little bottle is like $15. I don't know. And then we work in small batches, so 24 vessels. I'm gonna need like 6 more of these to kind of make my entire collection. So we'll see if it's worth it. I think I'm gonna just probably invest in a couple of bottles. If it's not, I'm gonna have to just stick to my OG and call it a day. But now we're moving on to more candles, so we'll see. But again, yeah, success, it depends on who, what, when, why, and how. That's funny. So yeah, that's my little tidbit on success, and how I've also just trickled into my personal life. I wouldn't say I've been lucky. I think just good things just happen to me. I guess I'll turn this little success thing into a little bit about me, actually. I don't think I've spoken about me in like anything really. So I'm from the beautiful island of St. Lucia, and I've been in the US for probably 28 years now. Yeah, and I frequent to St. Lucia every year, sometimes twice a year. I love going back home. It's just home. It's just home. I live in Maryland. I've lived in Maryland for about maybe 5 years now, I think. I don't know. I lose track. It's a couple of years though. I've been in Maryland. I was raised in New York, Brooklyn, New York. And I just got tired of New York. I was just kind of like, I felt flustered. I felt like I couldn't even think, because it was just so much going on all the time. Like noise and train and bus and neighbors. I'm just kind of like, I need to hear birds chirping. I need to hear trees swaying. So I left New York and I moved here. I lived in the city for a bit because I wanted to experience the city life. Hated it. Hence why I bought a house in the suburbs. And yeah, I've been doing that ever since. But I also attended Morgan State University. I got my master's in business administration, as you can see back here. And in New York, I attended Medgar Evers College. I did my business administration management degree there as well. And I'm an HBCU girl. Yes, love that for me. But going to Morgan, I really wanted to go to that school. I really wanted to go, so I applied. I didn't think I was gonna get in because it was a little vigorous to get in, but I got into the program and I finished my 2-year degree in a year and a half. My master's in a year and a half. And And yeah, that was great. I don't know how I did it while working a full-time job and doing candles. I don't know how I did it, but I did. So yeah, that's just a little bit about. Oh, and I'm also married. I met my husband in St. Lucia. Love of my life. Love him so much. He's my person. I love that man. And we have a dog. I have a dog. His name is Onyx. Onyx was from previous. No, I had him myself. It was a previous. I had him during COVID. I was really lonely because, you know, I couldn't see my family. I couldn't go anywhere. So I bought a dog. And I had Onyx since he was like 4 weeks old, I believe. 4 weeks, yes. And he's 5 now. 5. So I've been here I've been here like a couple of years. He's 5 going on 50. Because he has so much personality. He's a toy poodle. He's about 9 pounds. He hasn't grown any more than that. He thinks he owns the house. Yeah. He doesn't want me to touch my husband. Do nothing. He's very protective over us. It's so weird. But yeah. Oh wow. So we did 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it's finished. So I don't know if I like this. This might not be the gist one because we're gonna have to do 2 coats. So I might have to stick to my OG one. But we'll see. I'm gonna finish this bottle and see how many it actually produced and then do the math. I'm also a math girly. So I work in tech. I work for a social media company. That's all I'm gonna say. I work in the finance department and I do numbers all day long. I've been doing accounting and finance my entire career since I started working. I kind of, not say I hate it. It's a lovely relationship. Like when I first started doing it, I just loved how numbers can tell a story and how you can literally just take a look at someone's finances and know like about the person. So that was like always a passion for me. But now doing it for a tech company kind of made my taste was a little sour, so to speak. It's just different. And I think I'm at the place where I want to be a full-time entrepreneur, but I don't think I'm a little afraid to take that jump and just be like, because I love stability, I love security, I love all that stuff. So I think that's kind of like where I'm at. So yeah, I work a 9 to 5, full-time, own the business out of my basement, just aka my office and workspace. Married, husband works upstairs from home. We're both home. It's great. We have a dog, we have a house, and we love to travel. And we love to go out to eat. We love going out to eat, and we love trying out new restaurants in Baltimore. There's so many things to do in Baltimore. Like last weekend, we went to Caribbean Wine Festival. We went, where did we go? To the Artscape Festival. We went to dinner. Like we just get dressed and just go out. We go for walks. We do hikes. So yeah, this is my life in Baltimore, owning a business, working, and just living life. And about me, let's say some fun facts. Let's see. I love grapes and cherries. Actually, I love berries. I love blackberries. I love blueberries. I love raspberries, strawberries. But I will eat a whole bag of cherries. Like, it's something wrong with me about that. But yeah, that's just a little tidbit about me. I think I did this one. I did. Okay. 2 more rows left. But yeah, back to just like, you know, success. Don't be too hard on yourself. Celebrate the small wins. And just, honestly, take it day by day. Being a business owner is hard as it is already. We don't need the extra pressure on ourselves. We don't need the extra pressure to... Don't compare yourself to other businesses. That's one thing I've learned. Being a business owner, do not compare yourself to others because you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what resources they have. You don't know who's backing them. People don't share everything on social media. I'll tell you that right now. You don't know if their husband is a graphic designer or their family has a print shop. So don't compare yourself to other businesses. Just do the best you can. Be honest with your products, with your customers. And that's it. So all I can say is be honest. Be honest. Put your best foot forward. Try. Sometimes we do get these, like, I wouldn't say they're called lazy. They're called just moments of, I need a break. And it can come off as being lazy, but sometimes you don't want to do anything for your business. It's okay. I've had days where I'm like, I don't want to see, smell, or look at a candle. Just leave me alone. I don't want to do content. But there's ways to like do it, prepare for that. So there's batch content in, which is pretty much you just create your content for a month at a time. I usually do 2 weeks. I'll take a weekend to just sit there and just create content and schedule it. Instagram now has a tool where you can schedule your posts. That's like amazing. In your reels, you can schedule those things. So you don't have to worry about sitting there and doing content in real time. So there's that. There's other things you can do. There's Canva, there's AI. Like, come on, AI now is like, if you don't want to do it, AI will do it for you. But I like to be a little bit more authentic. So I do use AI. I'm not gonna lie. I use AI sometimes, but for me, I like to create my own content. Yeah, so there's so many different things about success. Like what do you guys think is success for you? Like how do you rate success? How would you rate being successful, small business wise? What for you is success? Like what level of anything for you is success? I shared mine. You guys should share yours in the comments. What do you guys think success is for you? Selling out at a pop-up shop, or going to a pop-up shop with an inventory of 50 candles and leaving with 10? That's success. That means you sold 40 candles. You sold 40 candles. That's 40 candles that would have been on your shelf sitting down collecting dust. That's success. Or going to a pop-up shop, for me, example, with my new perfumes, and having customers just be like, oh my gosh, this smells so good, and buying the scent. I could just sell one. The fact that I sat here and created a scent that I fell in love with, and I was able to share it and bottle it for somebody, and they loved it enough to buy it, that's success. I think that has been the most recent successful moment for me is my perfume and body oils. I did not think that customers would react the way they did with my body oils and perfumes. I'm still a little shocked, honestly, the feedback that I'm getting, because people are just selling it out. Like the last pop-up shop we had, we sold out of the Good Life, and I bought like 12 with me. So yeah. So you just saw some of my wins, and yeah, I'm celebrating the small stuff always, because here's what nobody tells you about success. It's not this giant mountain that you climb once and plant a flag on top. Like, that's not success. Success is more like collecting coins in a video game. Every small win is another coin in your pocket, and suddenly you look up and realize you're rich in ways you never expected. Let's be honest for a second. Social media has this thinking success looks like private jets and $1 million mansion. But real success is waking up Monday morning and not dreading your life. It's having enough money to order guacamole without checking your bank account first. I actually still do this. I still do that, so I don't know. It's feeling proud of yourself for doing something that scared you yesterday. Those little wins I just shared, those matter way more than the big flashy stuff, because big wins are rare, like once in a blue moon rare. But small wins, you can have those every single day if you know where to look, essentially. I started celebrating micro victories about 2 to 3 years ago, and it completely has changed my life. Finished a book, a win. Went to the gym when I didn't want to, win, in capital WIN. Had a difficult conversation without chickening out. Still working on that. Cooked dinner instead of ordering takeout. Now that's a win in my household, because sometimes I just So here's the philosophy behind it. Our brains are wired to focus on what's going wrong. It's called negative bias, and it keeps our ancestors alive when we have to worry about stupid triggers. Now what? But now it just makes us miserable. So I flipped this script. Instead of ending each day thinking about what I didn't accomplish, I started writing down 3 things that went well. Just 3. Some days it was I made my bed, and I remembered to drink water, and I didn't argue with that person on the internet, but guess what? Those count. Here's where it gets really, really cool. Some small wins compound like crazy. You know how much money compounds with interest? Success works the same way. Every tiny victory builds confidence. Confidence leads to taking bigger risks. Bigger risk leads to bigger reward. It's like a success snowball rolling down the hill, getting bigger and faster and faster. Think about it. Every successful person you admire started with small wins. The YouTuber with millions of subscribers, they're celebrating getting their first 100. The entrepreneur with the $1 million business, they probably threw a party when they made their first sale. Even Beyonce had to nail her first performance before she became, well, Beyonce. The difference between people who achieve their dreams and people who don't isn't talent or luck. It's the ability to see progress in small steps. It's celebrating the 1% improvements instead of waiting for the 100% transformation. So here's my challenge for you. Start documenting your small wins. I don't care if it's in your note app or journal. We love a journal, or just telling your mirror every morning. Acknowledge the small stuff. Celebrate showing up, giving yourself credit for trying. Because success isn't a destination, it's a practice. And that practice starts with recognizing that you're already winning more than you think. So, what I want you guys to do is drop a comment below and tell me about one small win you had this week. Seriously, I want to celebrate with you. And if this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button because we're building a community of people who understand that success comes in all sizes. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be progressing. And progress, my friend, is something worth celebrating.